This video contains flashing images. Welcome to Guide to Survive. The world is a big, beautiful place, full of incredible and breathtaking sights and experiences. It's also doing everything it can to kill you, and so that's where this program fits in. Before you venture into the great outdoors, you need to learn about all of the terrifying and mystical creatures that lurk in the woods, knock on your window, and hide in your toilet. With this guide, you'll learn how to identify a would-be assailant, analyze its strengths and weaknesses, and deal with it effectively. By the end of your training, you'll be ready to take on any creep or cryptid that crosses your path. So here's to you, and the great adventure that lies ahead. Let's begin. Target analysis. Name: Disco Demon, or Devil from the Disco. Class: Parasapien, demonic humanoid. Habitat: discos and raves, loud urban environments, Poland. Lifespan: not applicable. Strengths: shapeshifting, demonic magic, and excellent choreography. Weaknesses: holy relics, and cannot fully hide its demonic presence. Overall threat level: 7. Behavior: flashing lights, loud music, and a fever only the dance floor can cure. Discos, raves, parties, the movers and shakers may change, but the dance remains the same. At such places, one might well expect to bump into a whole host of characters, from the weird and wild, the cautious and charismatic, the sweet and the sinister. Throughout the 1980s and 90s, Poland's nightlife was enjoyed just as much as anywhere else by those who couldn't resist the beat. However, there was something else that, for a time, stepped onto those floors and cut the dance short. It soon became known as Diabel's Discotheki, Devil from the Disco. While never truly specified in appearance, the Disco Demon is said to be able to take on one of two forms, human and demon. While human, the Disco Demon is seemingly able to appear as, mostly, an ordinary person. I say mostly because from reported encounters with the entity, it is not fully capable of masking its true form. Its demonic form, as one can well expect, it wishes to hide as best it can. Although, much the same as with its human form, there is no accurate description of the entity's appearance. It could well be male or female, and most likely able to disguise itself as one or the other while human. However, what we can tell for certain is that it is a humanoid, as it has never once been reported as appearing as an animal. The two means by which one can distinguish the Disco Demon from any other patron is its smell and its legs. Not uncommon things to notice while dancing intimately with someone. A distinctive sulfuric odour will emanate off of the underworld creature. No doubt this is why it chooses such crowded venues, where the senses are often overstimulated, allowing it to mask its scent while on the scene. Its legs, on the other hand, by report, are the one part of its body that it cannot change. No matter how convincing its human facade may be, should one lower their gaze, they will not see a pair of feet, but two hooves instead. Given this rather obvious giveaway, it can be speculated that the demon will use long clothing in order to alternatively disguise its inhuman appendages. Flares, also known as the Devil's Trousers. This inability to fully take on human form could well indicate that this particular entity is a low-level demon. Maybe. It would, however, also explain why it has chosen cities such as Ostro with historically low populations, as opposed to more densely populated metropolitan cities across the world. The disco demon seems to have an unknown connection to Poland. We may never know why, unless one happens to meet it at a club one day and ask, although the conversation will inevitably be brief. Reports have detailed that when encountering the disco demon, it will ask one question of its target, always regarding the time. Once receiving an answer, someone attending the venue will die. Whether it be the one who answered the demon's question, or just some poor, non-participating soul, the demon will kill them. There is perhaps more to the demon's choice of hotspots than simply attempting to mask its stench and dirty goat legs. Although those things would call for an immediate expulsion from any gala or high society event. Not that it could even get in even if it wanted to. Discos, clubs, raves, bars, house parties all share in the same dance partners. Drunk and high, tired and overworked. Those who just want to leave their inhibitions at the door, cut loose, and make some bad decisions. It's easy to see why any demon would make such habitats their territories. But just how does an otherworldly demonic entity traverse this mortal coil? Well, by car apparently. A black BMW to be precise, albeit with a couple of alterations, such as no license plates, which is against the rules, and 2 horns instead of wing mirrors. It would be wise to conclude that this is no ordinary vehicle. Whatever abilities the car may possess is unclear, although it can be theorized that it is used more as an anchor for the demon to remain on Earth, allowing it to travel between worlds and draw power from its native realm. We can wonder whether being able to mostly shapeshift is worth the mileage. Yet, quite possibly, it won't be driving back to hell alone. With this in mind, it is always worth remembering that demonic entities are susceptible to holy relics and prayers. Weaker demons will require less work to banish, but the strong will have a firmer grip on our mortal realm, and thus additional efforts and perchance even unorthodox methods may be required. Demons are notoriously drawn to making bets with mortals, find an attachment or fascination of theirs, and exploit it to their own detriment. Despite all of this highly useful and well-articulated advice, it is worth noting that, curiously, the last reported encounter with the devil from the disco was in the 1990s, and there have been no sightings since. But that doesn't mean that it isn't still out there. The lure of the music, promises of fun, and what really are the chances you'd pick the same place? Maybe you didn't notice the strange car parked outside. You get in and begin to relax. Pretty soon you're surrounded by countless others, faceless moving forms on the dance floor. The lights hide them. The smell of stale beer and cheap cologne fills your senses. Someone moves near you, and you let them closer. Next thing you know, you're dancing with the devil. Stratagem. So, here's the scenario. Where better to get Polish sausage than Poland? And that's your mission. Stock up on as much kielbasa as your stipend permits, and meet with the extraction at the designated rendezvous. However, shirking your responsibilities, you decide to experience some of the nightlife Poland has to offer. Finding yourself at a disco, you enjoy the music and atmosphere. That is, until you get a whiff of something that isn't the usual dancing floor odor. Sulfur. Instantly, you suspect that the disco demon is in the building and is planning to kill more than just the mood. Your plan of attack. Firstly, peace out. Without causing any commotion, vacate the premises immediately. Once away from the establishment and its patrons, you will be beyond the influence of the disco demon, at this club at least. Secondly, do the hustle. If your conscience gets the better of you, something we frown upon here at the lab, and choose to try to save the other patrons, then you'll need to locate the demon. Use your senses and follow that sulfur smell, keeping an eye out for a pair of hooves. Thirdly, righteous moves. Once located, it will be up to you to exorcise the funky fiend from the disco. Dig deep and harness all that holy fury within you and banish the demon back to hell's dance halls, where no one dances with anyone and the only thing they ever play is that one song you really hate. It's like prom all over again. Fourthly, boogie down. If you're the less pious type, then there is only one option remaining. Dance off. Challenge the satanic shaker to the most flamboyantly expressive duel ever, and wipe the floor with it. This is why demon dance lessons are mandatory, along with cryptid cooking, paranormal paintings, and cerebral massage classes. Fifthly, groovy work. By right of conquest, you now own the demon's car, and by right of employment, I own it more. It was all in the contract. Pop quiz. Question number 1. Will the disco demon attend any musical event, such as an orchestra or hoedown? Answer, no. This demon only seems to enjoy loud, monotonous music, and as such will only attend discos, raves, and bars. Question number 2. Is it possible to identify the disco demon once shapeshifted? Answer, yes. The disco demon has a strong sulfuric smell, and despite its shapeshifting abilities, cannot change its hooves into human feet. Question number 3. Can the disco demon's whereabouts be identified without seeing or smelling him? Answer, yes. The disco demon has a unique and distinctive car, a black BMW bearing no license plate and 2 horns instead of wing mirrors. Question number 4. Does the disco demon kill? Answer, yes. An encounter with the disco demon, in which it will ask an attendee at the disco or other venue about the time, at which point someone close by will die. Question number 5. Has the disco demon been seen outside of Poland? Answer, no. The disco demon has so far only been reported in Poland, particularly the city of Ostro. If you scored 0 to 1, then this was your last dance. If you scored 2 to 3, then you might be alive, but how long are you staying alive? And if you scored 4 to 5, funky work. Now that's what I call a disco inferno. Conclusion. Excellent work. I'd say you're ready to get out there and face whatever challenges plot against you. And if you're not, then don't worry. You can rewatch these survival guides as much as you like, and they're non-refundable. I'm very proud of the progress you've made, and I know you're going to take the future in your stride. I've got a good feeling about you, Crev Lawnsworth of the Deathwalk clan. Do you know what they call his mother in the Hall of Drink and Chance? Let me know in the comments section. Good luck, and don't die!
Oh yeah!